Hi everyone, I hope this finds you all in outstanding spirits. This week I wanted to have a conversation with you on my weekly vlog about a discussion that I had with David Roberts. Now, for those of you outside of Yellow that are watching this, David is our Chief Sales Officer, and he kind of challenged me on the way in which I learn things, and he introduced the concept to me around reflecting, being self-aware, thinking, connecting with people, being able to wonder, questioning, but most of all being determined to try things differently. And as we discussed this concept, we decided that was going to be part of our sales kickoff for this year, and indeed something that we'd like to introduce as much as possible across Yellow, so that we do all reflect, we are self-aware of last week's performance. What do we think we could do differently? How can we connect with people to give us a better and more progressive and helpful performance? Are we wondering enough about what if? What if we tried something? Do we question ourselves on what we've done? Are we determined enough about where we want to go and what the future beholds for us? And his challenge to me was, go out and put this into practice. And that's exactly what I did.
And as a consequence of that conversation, you now find me down at the physio, just downstairs from work actually. And what I've done is I've decided to become a better learner. And I decided to invest a bit of time in myself, a little bit of money as well, but I think that's a good thing to do. And really work on one particular aspect of my life, which I really enjoy. Now, I go out running every morning, and I've kind of hit a plateau in terms of the speeds which I was running and the amount of time it was taking me to cover the distance which I run. And as a result of that, I was starting to get slightly frustrated. But with the commitment of being a new type of learner, and somebody that was prepared to reflect and look again at last week's performance and see how I might be able to do things differently, I invested in my new best friend. And my new best friend is Mr. Foam Roll. Now with Mr. Foam Roll, what I do with him every night, and a lot of you will have seen this, is I now roll on him every night, up and down the big muscles in my leg, and it's made a tremendous difference. So by going out and being prepared to learn about something new, to reflect, to make a commitment, to change what I've been doing, I have improved my performance immeasurably. And in fact, over the distance that I run, I've taken nearly 4 minutes off my time in a week, which is the biggest improvement I have made since week 2 of running, and I am absolutely delighted. I've entered a series of events this year, and I'm really hoping that my performance is going to improve more and more and more as I invest, take on more advice, and reflect each week on what I've been doing. Now, having said that, the moral of this is, guys, go out and reflect on everything that you do. Reflect on what you're doing. I'm also, not by accident, wearing a Rugby World Cup 2011 top, actually. Obviously, I'm English, believe it or not. But in 2011, England came over to New Zealand for the World Cup, which the All Blacks quite rightly went on and won, full of themselves. They put a black English top on to be like the All Blacks. They were convinced they were going to go and win. It was at a time, as you might remember, when there was all sorts of problems with the Royals and they were just messing around and they were all getting drunk in Queenstown and things. Now that was an example of a team that wasn't prepared to look at itself and look at how it improves its performance. Put that alongside what's gone on with Team Emirates this week in terms of the fact that they were prepared to reflect and to learn and to look at what they were doing. And I think I've painted my own picture. So, listen, it just remains for me to say to you all, invest in yourself, be an active learner, be somebody that's prepared to try things and do things differently. Choose to be brilliant. Have an awesome weekend, everybody. Thank you.